Hi, my name is Adriana Gasperi from Venezuela. I'm a cat artist. I went to the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale and I lived in Florida for about 10 years and went back to my home country and started working on graphic design. So I was a graphic designer for a long time. Then I started thinking about, I need to do something else because I just got tired of doing editorial design. I started painting, and my first painting was like mountains, and like a regular landscape. I didn't know what to do. Since painting was like something that we as graphic designers are trained to do at school, and painting is something that's so free, and you have to do. Yeah, I mean, you have to paint what you like. So why not cats? Cats are. I mean, I had my first cat. When I was living here in the United States, and I was a dog person because in Latin America there are more dogs than, well, not now, but that's during that time there were more dogs than cats. My last dog was a Doberman Pinscher, like a regular size big one. So that was the last dog that I had when I moved back, when I moved to the United States to come to school. I started painting. I got my first cat, so I became a cat lady or a cat woman. So I just adored cats, and for me, everything was cats. So I started painting my first cat, which is it was just. I started experimenting with round face and something that would look like a cat, but not really like realistic. But because I think that although I love hyperrealism, I think that's like a beautiful style, and it's just so. I mean, for me, it's just you have to have like many. You have to be very talented or very. You have to have like a good technique to be a hyperrealistic artist. I didn't want to do like a real cat portrait, although I could. I just wanted to do something that was fun, that people would like, and that had that fun style. And so most of my clients, I guess, well, all of my clients, I should say, they really feel good about my paintings. I mean, when they see my paintings at their homes, they enjoy looking at them and the colors, and I even have dog persons that are my clients, and they have dogs, but they have my cats on their walls. So for me, it started like a hobby, and then I just went like I'm gonna be a full-time artist, and I started doing these round shapes, and the eyes, if you see, they changed like the pupils. Some of my cats have like round, very they have like full attention pupils, and these are like the ones that like pretty thin ones, the eyes. So that changes. Every cat is facing forward. That's how I started with paintings, very basic paintings, and then I started to decorate them, like getting inspired by Indian and Mexican and Latin American motifs and leaves and flowers. Well, passion is something that you have inside, and you have to find a way to express it. I believe if it's like painting or photography or something like that, you have to start small and try to get into different things, different medias. If it's painting or if it's art, and try to get into the community of people that do what you think is your passion first. And then if it's not there, then it could be somewhere else. But you actually, if you start looking in like, for me, like art community, I started like connecting in art, in looking at stuff and developing my own style. We all have like painters that we admire, and we take some of the things that we love and design and stuff like that. And I started graphic design because, for me, art was my passion. But I knew that with art in photography, because we are trained in photography when we are graphic designers. But photography was not like I didn't see myself going to a wedding and make a portfolio of a wedding. So I didn't go for photography because although it was a passion, it was a true passion, like distorting the photography, because I used to get to shoot black and white and then paint it. So I still had that painting inside of me. And my mom was a painter as well, so I had had access to all her paintings, yeah. I think that you should start like looking for what you might think is a passion, and then develop it from that point. If it's not, then look for something else. Don't waste your time. If it's not what you want, then I always say don't waste your time. Look for your real passion, because you're going to be like 40-50 years working on the same stuff. So if it's not sitting on the desk, just look for something else, because you're not going to be happy that way. I think happiness is like made of moments like this. Like I feel happy, and in this precise moment, it's not like an eternal happiness. Like you're gonna be happy forever, because life is has curves. You're down and you're up, and you're down and you're up. So happiness for me is when I'm painting and with my cats and with my family. That's what happiness is for me. And success is that exactly. When I found what I want, I have what I like and what I feel happy with, I'm successful as a person. I might not have a lot of money that might define success for someone else, but for me, up to this point, I really feel happy with myself, and I love to help out shelters and stuff like I do in Venezuela. We're going through a rough time right now, and I try to part of my art, part of what I have is, which is not too much, but I send them money to buy food for cats or dogs and all that. And before that, I used to donate a cat painting so they could sell it But since I moved here, so that makes me happy, and this is my passion. Definitely, I wouldn't do anything else.